Hi, everyone. Today I'm going to be giving you a behind the scenes look at one of the features that makes Invisalign stand ahead and apart from the rest of the clear aligner companies out there, and that is its proprietary software called Clincheck. So during the process of submitting cases, once we have an iTero scan of your teeth, we also do take photos of your teeth, of your smile, of your face, as well as an X-ray. So those three parts make up the dental records for the Invisalign process. So the iTero scanner will automatically upload your scan to the Invisalign website. I will log into the website, I will retrieve your scan, and I will set the process of treatment planning in the software. A day or two later, I'll get a notification that your particular plan, or your initial plan, as I would call it, is ready to be viewed and looked at. So I would log into the Invisalign website, and when I open up your particular Clincheck, this is the screen that I would see. Now, there's a lot of information. It's almost like the dashboard for your particular treatment, and it is unique to your case, and it will allow me to fine-tune your treatment to your desires, your needs, and what your expectations are. So I'm going to briefly describe to you parts of the dashboard, in essence, or the Clincheck. So the main and the most prominent part is your digitized smile, or your digitized position of the teeth. And then on the digitized model of your teeth, there's certain things that we'll go over. On the right-hand side here is basically a communication or a chat board that I can use to communicate with the Invisalign technicians who will help me design your case. And what I mean by that is I will input instructions in the screen here, in the comment section, comments to the tech, and then they will implement those comments. Now, Invisalign has recently made it a lot more hands-on for the doctors. And this is what really sets apart doctors from other doctors. As a Platinum Plus provider currently, I have the experience that I can actually go in and do modifications to your treatment plan without having to involve the technician. And that's a huge advantage for me. Biggest advantage is it doesn't delay your treatment. I can do the changes, and almost instantaneously, those changes will get added to your current treatment plan. Whereas in the past, I would write my comments, I would submit it. It could take up to 2 days, maybe even 3 days for a technician to read those comments. They would make those changes. Then they would send me a notification, and then I would have to go back in, take a look at those modifications, and make sure that they were done correctly to my instructions. And a lot of times there were things that were lacking that I would like. So with the ability to make changes directly, which Invisalign calls the 3D controls, I am less reliant on this comment section to the technicians. However, it is there, and it also has a history of any changes that have been made to your treatment plan. On the bottom here, this is called the tooth movement table, and the tooth movement table specifically tells me the type of movements we're doing for each of the teeth. So those are the numbers that the teeth are identified by, and then these are all the different types of movements that can be done. And then on the top here are different buttons we can use to make modifications to the screen. So for example, if I want to take a look at just your upper arch, I would hit that button and I can see the upper. If I want to see just the lower, if I want to see only the right side, if I want to see the front, if I want to see the left, or if I want to see all of them together. So that allows me to get different variations of view. If we have photos, I would have your patient records up here, and I could open that and view the patient records and photos and compare it to the digitized records as well. And then over here are a lot more specific buttons. For example, there's a thing called the Bolton analysis, which helps me, see if there's any kind of tooth size discrepancy. I also have the ability to look at what the, the overjet overbite is. And these are all technical things that most often people, unless they're dentists, don't really understand. However, I want to go very briefly into my ability to modify your treatment. So for example, I would hit modify plan. That's going to pop up a whole different display here. So now it pulls up this display here. So let's say, again, very simply, I don't like, for example, on the bottom here, I don't like that space that's there. Now I can go in and I can modify and fix that area. So I can create some polishing between the teeth. And as you can see, I can narrow that gap to a point, and then we can determine how much we want to a point where it is less likely to be clinically present at the end of treatment. So that's one thing that I can do. There's other things that we can do. For example, I'm just going to zoom out here. If I want to take this tooth and for some reason I want it to be a little bit further forward, I think it's in a pretty decent position, but let's say I want it to be a little bit further forward, we can, again, move the tooth to whatever position we want. We can move it, further in if that's what we wanted to do. We can move it further out what we wanted to do. So as you can see, it gives me complete flexibility. If I wanted to, let's say, turn this tooth, again, it wouldn't be something I would do, but let's say for the purpose of fun, I want to turn this tooth. And you can sort of see I can turn it whichever direction I want to. And again, when I use this allows me to plan your case to your specific needs. A lot of people will come in and they'll say, I want my two front teeth to be in a certain position. So I will have those notes. I will get the initial treatment plan back. Then I will go in and modify. And then I would modify to the desired positions of the teeth. So again, thanks for taking your time out. And hopefully this video has been informative. Again, it was a review of the Clincheck software, and being a Platinum Plus provider, actually, at Dentist on Kingsway, I have the ability to really fine-tune your particular treatment to your desires and needs and get the smile that you've always wanted. Thanks again for taking time out. Appreciate it.